Hi everyone, welcome to the lesson 3 of the Learning Together series. In today's lesson, we're going to learn how to use ggplot. First thing we're going to do is scroll all the way to the top and rerun the codes from the previous lesson. In the install packages script, I commented that out so it won't run again because I don't want to install my packages twice. So what we're going to do is hit the run button in the upper right corner and hit run all. We are creating a box plot comparing the mean of male and female penguins based on body mass. So what we did was use the function ggplot in the penguins dataset. The aesthetics is x equals sex and y equals body mass, and the fill equals sex plus geom underscore box plot beginning and ending parentheses. So let's run that code, and what we see is that we have females, males, and NAs. But didn't we get rid of the NAs? Why do we have them? So let's look at our data frame. So when we got rid of NAs, we did it for body mass, but we want to get rid of the NAs in the whole data frame. So let's do it in a different way than filtering it out, and let's use the na.omit function for the penguins data frame. So using the na.omit function, it's going to get rid of the NAs in the entire data set. So let's run that code, and it did just like so. And to kind of go over what all of this means, like how to read this graph, our x-axis is sex and our y-axis is body mass. And we see overall males are larger than females. So the x-axis is also known as the explanatory variable or the predictor variable or the independent variable. They all mean the same thing. And then the y-axis means the dependent variable or the response variable. And what we want to do is see how sex impacts body mass. Fill just means we're coloring in the box plots. So there's a lot we can do to make this prettier. We can get rid of the gray background, we can change the axis titles, and we can add a title overall to the plot. So let's do that now. So let's run the code and let's see how it looks. We added a title to the plot, body mass versus sex. We changed the axis titles and we got rid of that gray background. So let's kind of go through the code. So line 170 is the same as before. Theme underscore BW, rid of the gray background and replaced it with a white one. YLab and XLab changed the axis title, so YLab's title is now body mass and XLab's title is now sex. And then GG title created a title, body mass versus sex. While this looks a lot better, there's things we can do to still improve it. We can get rid of the legend right there. It's a bit redundant because we know which one is female and which one is male. And we can just make the font a little bit bigger. So let's look at the code. I know it looks like a lot, but lines 182 to 186 are the same as before. And everything else is inside the theme function. Overall, what all of this code is doing inside theme is making the text bigger and some of it bolder. So let's look at it. Plot.title equals element underscore text is making the size to 18. H just means it's justifying it to the center. And then face equals bold, which is making it bold. And then access.title.x equals element underscore text, size equals 14, face equals bold. It's making the text bigger and bold. Then access.text.x is making the female and male bigger. And then access.title.y is making the y title bigger and bold. And then access.text.y is making it the scale bigger, and then legend.position equals none is getting rid of the legend. So let's run this code and look at the new graph. So Control Enter, and now we have a graph and it looks a lot cleaner than before. Alright, for today's recap, we learned how to use ggplot to make box plots, and we learned we can use the na.omit function to omit the NAs from the box plot. We can use theme underscore BW to get rid of the gray background. ylab to change the y-axis title, xlab to change the x-axis title, and ggtitle to add a title to the plot. We use plot title to change the title of the plot. We use axis title X and axis title Y to change the X and Y axis titles. We use axis text X and axis text Y to change the X and Y axis text, and legend.position equals none to remove the legend position. Alright, hope you learned something new, and happy coding!